That was a clip from a 1951 film frequently referred to as The Thing, but actually titled The Thing from Another World. The film was based on a 1938 novella titled Who Goes There, written by John Campbell. The film was remade in 1982 by John Carpenter, who made many science fiction films, and I think this is one of his best. I have many young viewers, and I believe most of them have seen John Carpenter's The Thing, but have not seen the 1951 version, and perhaps haven't even heard of it. In that version, a group of scientists discovers a flying saucer and an alien underneath the ice in the Arctic. In the novella and the 1982 remake film, the story occurs in Antarctica. The change of location isn't critical to the first film because they changed the nature of the alien and the very essence of the story. As you saw in the first clip, they made the alien humanoid in form with arms, legs, head. Its structure was plant-like in nature, no central organs like a brain or a heart, so it could not be killed with bullets. The alien wants human blood for nourishment and wants to reproduce with seed pods it gets off its body. A foolish scientist tries to raise some of the seed pods that were obtained from an arm ripped off by sled dogs and feeding them plasma. John Carpenter was more faithful to the novella, keeping the nature of the alien the same and effectively capturing the essence of the story. The alien had the ability to absorb and imitate any other life form, including its memories. The horrifying aspect of the story was by the time they realized the alien even existed, they didn't know which of their coworkers and friends was a human and which was an alien. Another characteristic of the alien was each cell retained the memory of every other life form it absorbed in the past and could retransform into it. Back to the relevance of Antarctica in the novella. The characters discussed that they were so isolated that penguins didn't get to that area at that time of the year. They also said that they were too far away from the ocean for the creature, the alien, to absorb a dog and then get to the coast, or a man. It was too far away where if it could get to the coastline, it could get into seals or killer whales. They also talk about the possibility that the alien may get into an albatross, and it makes one character wonder if perhaps the alien might reconstitute itself as some alien form that it's absorbed on another planet that had the ability to fly. Characters in the John Carpenter film did not discuss this as they did in the novella. A significant difference that the 1951 film has from the other two is the stupid scientist that I mentioned before that wants to befriend the alien even after knowing its nature. Let's listen to his reasoning and logic.
Knowledge is more important than life, Captain. It doesn't matter what happens to us. Nothing counts except our thinking.
Let's take a look and see if the alien wants to be friends with this guy.
Listen, I'm your friend. Look, I have no weapons. I'm your friend. Don't go any farther. They'll kill you. They think you mean to harm me. I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist who's trying.
In the novella and the John Carpenter film, there's a scientist that sort of goes the other way, that flips out through paranoia and is willing to kill humans on the possibility that they might be alien infested. Another thing that was in the first movie but was not in the second film nor in the novella was a romantic subplot. It does not significantly detract from the story, but it doesn't really add to it either. It's really not essential to a science fiction horror story. The endings of all three projects were entirely different. The near-ending process to determine which humans were infected was essentially the same in the John Carpenter and the novella. If you've seen any of the three, and you get the opportunity to check out the ones you haven't seen, I'd recommend it. They're each excellent in their own unique way. If you haven't seen any, I think the best is John Carpenter's The Thing. The special effects are excellent. For the most part, I think they're practical special effects rather than CGI. The acting is very good. Kurt Russell, the star, is top-notch as usual. The storytelling is very efficient with not a lot of extraneous subplots added in. Be forewarned, it's very gory in certain parts. If you're very squeamish, you may want to watch with a pillow to cover your eyes once in a while.